Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Giglio. I'm the principal of Homestead High School, and we have another edition of our weekly video message. And as you can see, I have guest stars. So I have with us members of the ASB Zero Waste Committee and District Student Sustainability Commission. So welcome, first of all. And then can you kind of tell us a little bit about what those groups are?
Yeah, so I can start. I'm Elisa and I'm a junior right now at Homestead. And I have had the opportunity to kind of lead the creation of and continue to lead our district-wide Student Sustainability Commission. So we're a group of students, so ASB representatives like Ayushma and environmental club leaders, as well as board members and teachers and staff from across the district. And so we meet monthly and work together to solve issues at like a district-wide level so that there's coordination and we can help each other and figure out like what works best at different schools and kind of establish like long-term accountability as a district, and set goals as to where we're going to go with zero waste. And one of the really cool things that we were able to do over the past few months is apply for a grant from Silicon Valley Clean Energy. And we proposed this idea of holding a like district-wide Earth Day festivals to raise awareness about environmental issues and raise money for our district. And we ended up receiving $10,000. So now Aishma is here to talk more about I mean, we're both here today to talk more about like what we have planned, but I think
Excellent. Yeah. So tell us what you guys are going to be planning for Earth Day.
So my name is Ayushma Adhikari. I'm a current sophomore at Homestead, and I'm the current ASB Sustainability Commissioner. And basically, the Homestead ASB class has multiple commissions throughout, or multiple student groups within itself. And one of them is the Zero Waste Committee. And the Zero Waste Committee is who is in charge of planning any environmental related events at Homestead. And some things that we have done in the past is we've made homecoming lower waste by encouraging class officers to use recycled or materials that would have otherwise gone to waste and use secondhand materials. And then also we've taken audits of previous rallies to brainstorm ideas of how to make rallies less wasteful. And our current plan for Earth Day is to have a week-long event, which is called Environmental Week. And we will be having activities during lunch. We will also be having spirit days for the whole week, and it will just be like a way to promote environmentalism and raise awareness about issues of climate change. So some activities that we have planned is we're partnering with various clubs, such as art club, which will be doing like a sustainable craft fair during lunch where students can make crafts. And then we also have a thrift store planned for lunch and after school. So all of these ideas are to promote sustainability in a way that engages students.
Yeah, and then the main thing that we're kind of here to invite all of you, like especially parents to, is each school in FHSD is going to be holding a big community-wide Earth Day festival. So Homesteads will be taking place on April 28th, which is a Friday, right after school. And we're actually offering free food to the first 100 people that come to our event. And this event is going to be really cool because we have actually a very dynamic lineup of speakers, including like Senator Dave Cortese and some green industry speakers, as well as other government officials. So our event will open with them speaking about, their experiences and kind of giving us their insight into what it means to be environmentally responsible and take climate action. And then we'll also be having a really cool array of booths, both by Homestead clubs, the FEHSD post-secondary programs, some local farmers market stalls, as well as other environmental organizations. And they're all going to be set up in the quad where you can, visit each booth and learn about kind of take this like roadmap to sustainability throughout our event. So we're really excited to invite you to that, and we hope that you come.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of great stuff going on, a lot of great work that you guys have been doing. So thank you for that. If people want to find more information or figure out how to get involved, where can they look?
Yeah, so you want me to start? Okay. More information is coming. Again, this is a very district-wide project, so we're going to be having a big web page on. We're actually partnering with Silicon Valley Youth Climate Action for this initiative, and on their website, we're going to be posting a big page with all the information starting next week. And yeah, do you want to talk about Instagram?
Yeah, so you can also visit the Homestead Climate Crew Instagram, which is the ASB Zero Waste Committee's official Instagram. And there we will be posting infographics with any and all information, and more infographics will be posted as the date comes closer.
Great. Well, again, thank you for coming on and being my guest stars. And you guys truly have done a lot of amazing work. I'm really looking forward to seeing the week and the day as it comes along, and looking forward to having a good Earth Day with you guys. So thank you for all of that. I'm going to let you get going because obviously you have a lot of work ahead of you and you're busy, and I'm going to keep going on with my announcements here. So thank you. We'll talk. You guys take care, and I'm going to just keep going on with the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here. And there we go. So again, this is our weekly video message for April 7th. Yeah, we've made it to April. So this is a big holiday time right now. For those folks who are celebrating Passover or Good Friday, Easter, all that kind of stuff. Happy celebrations and to everyone. Hope those celebrations bring lots of family and people together for you. I'm going to move into our shout outs and recognition. So we had two that got sent in this week. One said, I want to thank a fellow parent who tried to help us get out of the Horseshoe so we can go to the swim meet against Saratoga High on March 31st. I tried to talk to the drivers of the cars that were blocking the way, but most were not cooperative. A little bit more about Horseshoe, and that was also one of the questions that they had down there, or concerns. So talk about that a little bit more, but thank you for trying to help us out. And then also another thing went out to all the folks who organized or contributed to the success of the Beyond the Blue event. It was very well done. Students were super helpful. Lots of people showed up. There's lots of great stuff going on there too. So as the weather's getting nicer, we're having a lot more activities. So hopefully you get a chance to come out and see some of the great work that folks have been doing, and just see our campus and all that. So again, thank you for the Beyond the Blue organizers. Questions and concerns. As we mentioned, there were two in there about the Horseshoe. And I kind of pared it down here because it was a long one, but it was like basically saying that the Horseshoe is too crowded, need an open lane so people can come in and out. They don't get trapped. And then, neighborhood streets are getting crowded too. So, really, can we do something about that? So this topic has come up numerous times, and it sounds like a simple solution, but it really isn't. And so, one of the issues is in the morning, we have people that are administrators that can be out there supervising because we've built that into our schedule. But in the afternoons, we don't have people available. Administrators are available to do it because we have standing meetings. That's when we meet with families who have students with 504s and IEPs and district meetings and that kind of stuff. So and plus there's multiple times in the day where people are being dismissed, lunchtime, after 6th period, after 7th period, that kind of stuff. So it really does make it hard to get out there and manage or supervise that. We have toyed with the idea of an open lane, that far lane being open so that people can come in and then drive out, which again sounds great. But the problem with that is that means fewer cars that come into the Horseshoe and the more that end up lining up on Homestead, which is actually illegal and unsafe. And so we have been advised by the county sheriff not to allow people to line up out in the street. I know it still happens. And again, I wish I could stop parents from hanging out and waiting long periods, but they really, that's what you guys do to try and get in your spot. And so it does make it pretty hard. But we have been working with the city in terms of safe routes to school, where are good places to pick up kids. They do encourage us to use city streets, that you can park a couple, or meet your student a couple blocks down or away, and definitely, pick them up there. We just ask that you don't block, driveways, that you aren't going on to private property like Village Green Apartments, that you're not, you're just not blocking businesses and like 7-Eleven, that kind of thing. We do know that as the weather is turning warmer, although today it's kind of cold and rainy, but it looks like it's going to start getting warmer. We would encourage you to start getting your kids to walk or to bike or to scoot or to skateboard or whatever contraption they use. We have kids who do uniwheels and unicycles and all kinds of stuff. I haven't seen any rollerblades in a long time, but again, whatever alternative mode can get you here, I would suggest doing that because it does help us reduce some of the traffic and it makes it easier to get folks here. And again, the thing that I would always say too, that really would be a huge boost to this is if you can get to school in the morning a little bit earlier, like more than 10 to 15 minutes before the bell, it's pretty wide open out there. It's usually that last 5 to 10 minutes where it gets very, very packed. And then at the end of the day, that's when it's super packed because all these people come and they wait and they jam everything up and kids are leaving. If you wait 10 or 15 minutes, place is pretty clear. So again, alternative to get here, alternative locations to pick up or drop off, or even just waiting a few minutes. I know everybody wants to get where they need to get, but sometimes a little patience and a little early planning can help us out. So again, we're not going to be opening up that lane, long story short. But again, maybe trying some other things would work. This was a concern someone's in there. When is the absent reporting going to be fixed? I get phone calls and emails notifying me that my student was marked absent, although I called before the absent and left all the information required. Well, I'm not aware of our system being broken, and the system is people that actually take the phone calls or take the voicemails and then transfer that into our system, into the Infinite Campus. So more likely it was a mistake, not a fix or a broken thing going on. So definitely apologize for that. We do have one staff member who's out, and so we've rotated a few people. So we have some people that are covering spots. So that may also be what's adding to it. I know it does take some of the newer folks a little bit longer to get through some of the work. So again, our apologies there, but please be some patience. But this would be a great thing that maybe you could contact me individually and say, hey, I was the one who called in, and this is what happened, and this is when I called, and I can kind of go backwards and track down where it might have gone wrong. One thing that we have noticed in the past is that when people say I reported the absence, they actually called the wrong number. So please make sure you're calling the right number. I put those here. We have one line for a partial day absence, one line for a full day absence. And again, if we were just missed it or slow on it, we apologize for that. But I would rather, in this case, over communicate so that we can make sure we correct it. And again, the bigger part here too is if there is a planned absence or even an unplanned absence where the kid wakes up sick, please make sure that student is also talking to their teachers, because that's really where the rubber hits the road in terms of getting makeup work, making sure they don't miss out on things or how to find things. So again, our apologies if we mess something up there, but that was probably human error rather than a system error. A few other announcements for you today. There are some construction updates I want to give you about during spring break. I mean, hopefully you're out and about and not around that week. Although we still have kids on campus because there are, athletic events and different things going on and practices. We need to let you know that the Horseshoe is going to be closed during the break. The construction crew had started some work underground there in February. They've closed it back up so that we could have traffic again, and now they need to go back in and fix it. So that is going to be closed. So you'll see that like that. So if you have to drop your kid off or pick your kid off, please pick either the staff lot or the student lot during spring break, because there won't be anybody around and you can do it then. The Horseshoe will be back when school resumes after the break. In terms of our library quad, we're going to be moving the fences out a little bit. They're going to start working on redoing that internal quad right there, which has been a mess for years, ever since the tree died. So we're super excited about that getting started, but that is going to require some shifting of the construction trailers, widening of fences. So you might see and hear some of that if you're in and around campus. But it's the start of that, and that's a big project that we're looking forward to get done in the summer. And there's a few other summer projects I'll talk about summer projects right now. So we do have a lot of things going on in the summer to try and get school ready. We are going to be replastering the pool, which is a major event, and we'll also be refinishing the large gym. And so it just happens that those two things are happening at the same time, but those would be some great things to make the pool and the gym look a whole lot better. We are doing some modernization in the science building. So the science building is going to it's going to look like a mess if you do come through here. So please know that. And then also the library quad will be under construction at that point. And all this stuff is supposed to be done and ready for the 23-24 school year, as is the B building. We're on track for that, and it should be ready. Our plan is to move in over the summer and be ready for day one. So we are at a point where I know I shouldn't keep saying this out loud, but we do not have any projects on the books for the 23-24 school year. So we could have a year without construction. And in my 10 years, that would be the only year that's ever happened. And there are some people that have been here longer than me that, we're here through the fields and some other things that were going on. And so they're really looking forward to it too. But again, just so you're aware, if you're in and around campus on those dates during spring break. Also, again, a reminder about DoorDash. We have thrown this out there, but we do not allow DoorDash for students or other delivery services. And when you think about it, it sounds kind of, mean that we do that, but there's food here. They can walk down to get food. The main reason is, though, we end up getting all these drivers, these strange adults who are not known to us, that are walking around campus trying to find people with their, whatever food it is. That's a safety concern. We don't want to just allow people to walk around on campus. That's not good. So again, please do not allow your student to get DoorDash. If you need to bring something to campus, you can bring it to the office and put it at that table, and the kid can come pick it up. But we do not take responsibilities for tracking down students. We don't take responsibility for the deliveries. That's not a part of our job. So please, no DoorDash, no deliveries, that kind of thing. Again, we will gladly help you if your kid forgets their textbook, or if they forget their lunch and you bring it to us. We'll make sure it gets on that table and they can come get it there. Brings us to some important dates, as we mentioned here, and I just realized I did not put the dates in there for the environmental stuff, but I'll have that in there next time. So again, thank you to our guest stars who talked about Environmental Week and Earth Day. That is April 28th. But next week, coming up, we have Multicultural Week with a multicultural night on 4/14. As we all know, spring break is coming up the week after that. We do have an advisory, our second to last of the year, coming up on April 26th. It is a topic of anti-Semitism. It's something that our Jewish Student Union is putting together. It's going to be both a kind of an understanding of what anti-Semitism is, as well as a celebration of our Jewish students. Then we also have a town hall with board members for students. This is a meeting where students get a chance to talk to board members. It's going to be at lunch in the College and Career Center on the 28th. So hopefully folks get a chance to come there and voice their concerns, questions, support, whatever it might be. We have, just so you know, a week of 5/1 through 5/12 or AP exams. That's going to be a big week here. It definitely changes the flow of the campus. We have kids going in and out of class to get to test. We have different testing locations, so it's a big undertaking. We have a lot of kids taking it. We have already talked to our construction folks, so they know that they need to be quiet during a lot of those times. So that is helpful. We have our 60th anniversary event. It was supposed to be in April. We've kind of pushed it to May, but May 14th is what we're looking at right now to do a celebration of our 60th year of operation. And then again, senior prom is coming up here real soon as well too. And tonight, if you are watching this on Friday, is junior prom. So good luck to everybody going there, and hope everyone has a great time. Again, thank you all for paying attention and for sending in your questions and concerns. Looking forward to any other ones that come. But I'll do one more before the break, and then we'll have last couple for the year after that. But thanks a lot. Take care. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.